Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I'm Tang StarCraft here with a Zerg vs. Terran replay analysis. Today we have the pride, the privilege, nay, the pleasure of looking at a Neuro game. He recently posted a pack on Reddit, all things Zerg. And really interested to see what kind of anti-Reaper style we're going to be seeing in this game, because I did see that it was labeled Reaper defense, and ooh, look at this from the Terran opponent. Going for that really greedy early gold. I've actually never seen this in any of my games, so that's really interesting. I think Neuro's the kind of player that's actually going to drone scout this. Yeah, there it is. Well, maybe not. That might just be to expand. In one of the earlier games, I saw Neuro went for a drone scout after an extractor trick, but not this game. So I wonder if he'll be able to respond as well. Either way, gas first, that's definitely going to help to get that early speed. Speedlings are really crucial for the defense. And then into that pool after. And when will we see the Overlord? Will it be 19? No! Up to 20 already. 20 Overlord, so just cutting it, getting a little greedy there. Not too big of a difference. Should see double Queen, some Lings, and speed. Awesome. And do we remove from gas? And also, do we know about the Reapers yet? So the first Overlord, let's look at the trajectory. It is going to go right into this natural. And it should actually see the Reapers any second now. So there's the first Reaper. And alright, we know exactly what's going on. So first of all, our build has not been changed at all yet. But we'll see if, now that we know what's up, what the response is going to be. So obviously speed is being started. Gas is being taken out. So actually not mining any more gas. And the spine crawler being placed in the main. This is a common theme against the Reaper opening. Really helps to have that spine. Especially if you can get it to a cliff later, because then it can do damage, like over here for example, to Reapers before they even jump up. Or maybe over here or here. And then we should probably see some additional queens. Some queens maybe. Go up to a total of 4 at least, I think. And there's the second spine at the expansion. I like that a lot. So something noteworthy here. Obviously the spine in the main being built very quickly. The one at the expansion just a little bit after. But what's really interesting to note here is not a lot of Zerglings are being produced. Slow Zerglings really aren't the best for chasing around these Reapers. And I think generally you want to put your money into the spines and the additional queens, getting up to 4 as early as possible. And then later, closer to when speed is done, that tends to be the time that you see more Zergling production. So I'm curious whether Neuro will be building some drones here, try to squeeze out a little economy, and feel safe to do it, or if we'll see Lings earlier. Love the Overlord. I think you could even get 2 at this point. Never want to get supply blocked at 36 to 44. And yeah, we do see some drones. That's interesting. That's I think a missing link. Something I'm not doing in my own play, which is squeezing out a few drones even though that this Reaper pressure is going on. Because I think once you get the spines up and you have a total of 4 queens, you're pretty safe from the Reapers. So I don't think you need to be building the Lings so early. Curious to see if the spines are going to be moved too. That's actually cool, just kind of keeping him in the mineral line so you can just run the workers away if he comes down here or something. There's the creep tumor that's going to connect the bases. And yeah, lots of drones. Now that speed's done though, will we see a bunch of Lings? Not yet. Just want to take a quick minute to look at the opponent's base. This is actually really cool, seeing this Overlord timing. This is what I think you need to be doing, is scouting at about 3:40 to 4 minutes with the Overlord, just to see what kind of transition they're doing. And Neuro, this is smart. I don't do this enough, which is when he goes Reapers, scout more with that first Overlord. I've been just kind of keeping it here, and I just see how much value this Overlord's getting. First of all, seeing that it's gone up to 4 barracks worth of Reapers, that's pretty significant. And also seeing that the expansion's being taken behind it. No factory, no kind of tech can be expected at all. It's probably just going to be Reapers and then some sort of barracks follow-up. Yeah, we even see a 5th barracks going down. So that's cool. If you see your opponent going Reapers, you definitely want to get that first Overlord into their base, and especially be looking at the transition around the 3.5 to 4 minute mark. Ooh, there's the Roach Warren. So again, the Roach Warren isn't super early. It's not when you just scout this timing. It's more like after you've already got your preliminary defense. So the spines, the queens, the speed, and even squeeze out some drones and then get this Roach Warren and Zergling production. And like I said, that's a mistake I've been making a lot, is building Lings earlier, not getting enough drones during this stage, and then just falling behind in the macro game as it goes on. So how well... This actually works pretty well, just having the one spine in the mineral line. I've always been a good rapper. One spine in the line. Moving it up just a bit. I kind of like that placement. Just a little bit to the right. Can defend those drones a bit better, and then these queens and lings can defend over here. Now we're starting to get to that scary count of the Reapers where they can really throw the KDA charges all day. But coincidentally, this is the time that we're going up to more roaches. Yeah, this is what I do, which is build a lot of queens, but the mistake I've been making, to reiterate, is I just haven't been doing it off of the economy that you need. So going up to all these queens I think is a good call, but what makes it a good call is how many drones Neuro's been able to make this game. Ooh, gotta get out of there though, KD8s! Nothing worse than losing all your lings. Try to get that creep to the edge here. I think it's pretty important. Still droning, still no roaches. That's crazy. Relying only on the queens. Like, I don't even think this roach horn is part of the defense. I think it's all about the queens and the spines. And the speedlings. There's a lot of queens. 8, 9... And now we're getting into some roach production. Additional gases at the expansion without, hopefully without going under saturation here. Is that all 4 gas? Yes it is, with the lair. So, with the roach production here, it looks like we're going to see some sort of push. Some sort of roach queen push, or Nydus. We could see a Nydus. I think we will see a Nydus. Look at how much stuff this is. There's no way in hell Reapers are ever going to kill queens once you get to this count. The scary thing when you're going the queens is like if they pick off 1 or 2 early and it just kind of snowballs out of control. I wouldn't even mind after this game just going and looking at what the queens are spending energy on early. Like are they injecting? When are they spreading tumors? Stuff like that. So I'm going to do a quick retake in about 3 minutes. First I just want to quickly see what the transition here is. Now, I wonder if Neuro, if he wanted, if he would take this 3rd base earlier, like now, with the queens, the creep, the roaches, and the lings. That's a lot of roaches. We're gonna see a Nydus? Yeah, a Nydus, okay. Maybe I'll plop it down here. See, we got that nice spine placement. That's going to really help with Reaper run-bys. Like, now if he tries to run up into the main, he's taking like 2-3 Reaper deaths to do it. See? I think the spine paid for itself, both in the time that it saved, and also I think it killed 2 Reapers. I was actually expecting it to get a little more damage. I gotta think your opponent has to know what's going on at this point. Oh, now he knows. But just seeing that many queens, that many roaches, no 3rd base. This is cool. Roach speed, tons of roaches. Was it filled up? Yeah, with the queens first, so that you can instantly transfuse it if he does get to it. See a couple tumors go down. I don't see how Terran holds this. I really don't. Too many transfuses, too many roaches. You would need like tanks and all kinds of stuff, I think. I actually really like this. I might steal this response to Reaper. Because what is it that they don't do after going Reapers generally? Go for tech. You're not going to see as many tanks. You're not going to see Cloak Banshees. Even if you did see Cloak Banshees, the Overseer and Queens would be enough. But yeah, I think you're very often just going to see this type of transition, which is like 5+ barracks, and then this type of timing is really strong against that. Second Nydus down there just to make sure. I feel like that's already pretty close to game, if not game already. Spire behind it just in case. More economic damage. I think as far as like engagements go, this could maybe be a little more cost efficient. I mean, not even really, like the transfuses are so good, but just in terms of maybe getting a wider concave and just not having so many units trapped back here. But obviously this is going really well. Damn, says Dosen Mai. GG. I want to just take a quick look at what the queens are doing with their energy in the early stages, because the first thing that I do is spread a tumor between the bases, and I noticed that Neuro did not. And I'm wondering, like, is it to get a couple drones out with the inject so that it can afford all the queens and the spines without sacrificing too much economy? Or is it something else? Okay, so by the time the first two queens are out, the scouting has been done at the front, so we know what's up. Let's see what the gas expenditure is. The gas expenditure, energy expenditure. I love the spine and the spine, by the way. I can't. And even the placement being back in the mineral line. I'm going to start doing that for sure. I've been doing it wrong, I think. I've been placing them like here, and even over here, like I would place it here. And then there's just a lot of places there you can run by. But if it's right in the mineral line, it actually feels like you can defend your line a bit easier. So, yes, it is a single inject and then a tumor at the expansion, which I think actually got picked off this game. I like it. I don't know. I would like to build that here. I think I am going to do that in my own games. Connect the bases with the first tumor and just use both of the queens and my Lings to make sure he doesn't shut down that creep. Yeah, this was unfortunate. Losing that tumor must have stung a little bit. Okay, so it was the one tumor and then the single inject. And all throughout this time, no droning, right? It's getting up to the 4 queens, making sure we don't get supply blocked, getting the speed, taking out a gas. And then I think about now we'll probably see a couple more drones. Or maybe even the next 2 queens first. Yeah, here are the drones. And then more queens. And what do we see with the energy? Well, okay, a double inject with the third and fourth queen. They finish, they double inject, and then these queens that initially spread one tumor and injected are now not injected. I think they're just going to be spreading tumors. I thought they might save up energy for transfuse, but it doesn't seem like it. So at least one to connect the bases. Yeah, good. Spine's really, really helping a lot. Okay. Yeah, and then the income gets a little higher because he was able to build that big first inject worth of all drones, not Lings, drones. And that allows him to, I think, afford the Roach Warren and additional queens. As well as those spines and later some Lings too. Yeah, here we go. The Lings are already being built. Just one inject there. Okay, and it's once we're here, once we're at a decent 2-base economy, not quite fully saturated, but pretty close to that. That's when you're, I think, refilling the gas and just pumping mass Ling for a while anyway. And yet, still building lots of queens and spreading lots of tumors, actually. I think that's a total of 3 tumors. And I think Neuro might even want like a 4th if it hadn't been picked off earlier. And then, yeah, all throughout this time, lots of queen production. And most of these queens are saving up energy, I think. I think you want to have at least like 2 or 3 or 4 that can transfuse. And yeah, actually, that big round of drones that just finished was... I'll actually just go back and look at it. This one here... is actually going to put us like really close to full 2-base saturation, at least on the minerals, and then additional gases as well. So this is the time that we're taking additional gas. You don't want it to be earlier where you're like partially saturating like 1 base. You want to do it around the time it's not cutting into your 2-base mineral economy too much. So I like that, and then I think even we'll see 2 more at the natural pretty soon. So many drones. Yeah, and there's the layer and the additional gases and stuff. Okay, cool. So that was a nice response. I actually learned quite a bit from that, especially the spine placement. So thank you to Neuro for posting this replay pack for all of us. Really appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.